All right, let's talk about Forex trading. If you're here, you've probably seen it all over social media, right? The fancy cars, the laptops on the beach, the crazy promises. Well, today we're going to cut right through all of that noise. This is your roadmap to what trading really is for the professionals. Hint, it's a business, and it's built on strategy, not on luck. So let's dive in. And this is rule number one, the most important thing to get in your head right now. If you walk into the markets thinking it's a casino, well, you know who wins at the casino. The house. Always. Real, sustainable profit doesn't come from a lucky roll of the dice. It comes from a disciplined, repeatable process that you build through skill and solid analysis. Okay, first things first. Let's get one thing crystal clear. We need to know what game we're actually playing. Investing, that's the long game. It's like planting an oak tree. You buy something solid, and you wait for months or more likely years for it to grow. Trading, what we're talking about today, is completely different. It's all about the short term. It's active, it's fast, and it's focused on making profits from price swings that are happening right now, today, or even in the next few minutes.
And that brings us to our first major topic, the mindset. This is huge. To have any chance at success, you've got to stop thinking like a gambler looking for a hot streak and start thinking like a business owner. Seriously. Your trading capital, that's your entire inventory. Your job is to manage it, grow it, and most importantly, protect it at all costs.
Think about professional trading like a three-legged stool. It is absolutely not built on a gut feeling or a hunch that the market's gonna go up. Nope. It stands on three solid, unbreakable legs. First, a mathematical strategy that actually gives you an edge. Second, rock-solid risk management to protect your money. And third, the emotional control to stick to your plan, even when things get scary. If you kick out any one of those legs, the whole thing comes crashing down. So you might be asking, okay, if it's not a hunch, then how do traders build these strategies? Well, they use a very specific set of tools. Let's open up that toolkit and see what's actually inside. The number one tool in that box is something called technical analysis. Now, don't let the fancy name fool you. In the simplest terms, it just means looking at price charts. The big idea here is that all the information out there, all the news, all the economic reports, everything is already reflected, or baked in, to the current price you see on the screen. So by studying the past patterns of that price, we can make an educated guess about where it might be headed next.
Now, when you open your first chart, it can look like a crazy mess of lines and squiggles called indicators. It's overwhelming. But here's the secret. There are hundreds of them, but they all basically fall into just a few main categories. Some help you see the trend, others tell you how fast the price is moving, and some measure how wild or calm the market is. The pros don't slap 15 indicators on a chart. They master maybe one or two that work together to give them a clear signal.
And this is where it all comes together. A platform like TradingView is the modern trader's command center. It's mission control. It's where you get your charts, you do all your analysis with those tools we just talked about, and it's where you'll execute your trades. Having a setup like this is absolutely non-negotiable in today's world. Speaking of executing trades, let's talk about your broker. I'm telling you, this might be the single most important business decision you make. Your broker isn't just some app on your phone. They are your direct partner, your gateway to the entire market. Picking the wrong one, it can be a complete disaster before you've even placed a single trade. So, are they all the same? The answer is a massive, resounding no. Not even close. They run on totally different business models, and you absolutely have to understand the difference, not just for your success, but for the basic safety of your money.
So let's break down the two main honest models you'll see. An ECN broker is like a direct, transparent pipeline. They connect you straight to the big leagues, the interbank market, and they charge you a small, fixed commission for that access. Simple. An STP broker acts more like a middleman, sending your order out to their network of partners to find the best price. They make their money from commissions and a tiny markup called the spread. The key word for both is transparency. You need to know how they make their money.
So when you're shopping for a broker, this is your checklist. These are your non-negotiables, and listen to me carefully. That first point is the only one that truly matters in the beginning. Regulation by a major, respected authority is not just some boring paperwork. It is your number one absolute best protection. It means your money is safe and the game isn't rigged against you. Everything else on this list, fees, speed, all of it comes a distant second. Okay, deep breath. We are about to cover the single most important concept in this entire explainer. Seriously, if you get this one thing, you'll understand what separates the 90% of traders who lose money from the 10% who actually succeed. It all comes down to cold, hard, simple math.
And this quote says it all. You see, amateurs, we get obsessed with being right. We chase that little ego boost from a winning trade. Professionals couldn't care less about their ego. They are relentlessly, obsessively focused on one thing: managing their losses. They know for a fact they are going to be wrong, a lot, and they have a bulletproof plan for exactly what to do when that happens.
And the tool they use for this has a fancy name: mathematical expectation. All this is a simple formula that tells you what your strategy is actually worth. On average, over hundreds of trades, will you make money or lose money? If that number isn't positive, your strategy is, I promise you, doomed to fail. It doesn't matter how good it feels or how many small wins you get.
Let's make this real. Look at System A. It only wins 40% of the time. 40. Most beginners would say it's a piece of junk and throw it out. But look closer. Because its average win is so much bigger than its average loss, it actually makes, on average, $16 every single time you trade it. It's profitable. Now look at System B. It feels like a dream, winning 85% of the time. You feel like a genius. But those few losses are so devastating that they wipe out all those tiny wins and then some. This system will slowly but surely drain your account to zero.
So, how do you make sure you have a system like A and not B? How do you control those losses? Here it is, the golden rule. You never, ever risk more than 1 to 2% of your total account balance on any single trade. That's it. This isn't a suggestion, it's a mathematical law. It ensures that a string of bad luck, and trust me, it will happen, doesn't blow you out of the water. It's what keeps you in the game long enough for your winning edge to actually work. All right, now that you're armed with the mindset and the math of a professional, we need to talk about defense. We need to talk about spotting the predators, because believe me, the online trading world is filled with scams designed to take your capital before you ever have a chance to use it. These are the giant, flashing red light warnings of a pyramid scheme that's just pretending to be about trading. Anybody who promises you guaranteed high returns is lying, period. Real trading has risk. If they're trying to sell you some magic automated bot, run away. And if the main way you seem to make money is by recruiting other people, you're not in a trading business, my friend. You're in a pyramid scheme.
And here is the razor-sharp line between a real business and a scam. A legitimate business, even an MLM, makes its money selling a real product or a real service to customers. A pyramid scheme has no real product. It's just a money-shuffling game that only survives by bringing in a constant stream of new members to pay off the earlier ones. As soon as that recruiting slows down, and it always does, the whole house of cards collapses and everyone at the bottom loses everything.
So let's bring this all together. What's the bottom line? Trading isn't about getting lucky. It's not about finding a secret indicator. And it's definitely not about fast money. It's a profession, a serious one. It demands the mindset of a business owner, the right analytical tools, and most of all, a deep respect for math and risk. And really, that's the only question that matters. You have to forget all the hype you've seen online, forget the promises of easy money. The real path to becoming a consistently profitable trader is built on discipline, on education, and on treating this with the seriousness of a true profession. So, are you prepared to do that?